There is a place on Earth where the sun disappears for many months, where temperatures can drop to -80 degrees Celsius. The wind is so strong that it can blow away even people. And strangely enough, life still exists there, not on the surface, but hidden deep beneath layers of ice several kilometers thick. That is Antarctica, also known as the Antarctic continent, which is located at the southernmost part of the Earth, surrounded by the vast Southern Ocean. The total area of Antarctica is about 14,200,000 square kilometers, making it the fifth largest continent on Earth and nearly twice the size of Australia. It can be compared to the combined area of Mexico and the United States. However, 98% of this area is covered by ice, creating an endless expanse of white, where the sky and the ground seem to merge into one. Remarkably, this ice layer has an average thickness of up to 1.9 kilometers due to its formation millions of years ago. Some ice domes are believed to have existed 34 to 23 million years ago, while other ice caps formed later. The climate in Antarctica is extremely harsh. The average temperature in winter can drop below -60 degrees Celsius, and the lowest recorded temperature here is around -89.2 degrees Celsius. The winds in Antarctica are also very strong, especially the katabatic winds, cold winds that blow from the ice plateau down to the coastal areas at speeds exceeding 200 kilometers per hour, capable of blowing away people and tearing apart metal equipment. It sounds paradoxical, but Antarctica is drier than the Sahara Desert. The average annual rainfall in the continental interior is only a few millimeters, equivalent to the driest deserts in the world. There are areas here where it hasn't rained or snowed for millions of years. All of these have made Antarctica the coldest, driest, and windiest continent. Antarctica is home to 90% of the world's ice. The icebergs on this frigid continent are also a massive reserve of fresh water. According to scientists' calculations, it accounts for up to 70% of the world's freshwater supply. If all this ice melts, sea levels will rise by about 60 meters. Although it is cold all year round, Antarctica still has winter and summer. Each season lasts for several months. This not only changes the landscape, but also shapes the very essence of life here. When winter arrives, Antarctica enters a state that humans rarely experience. Complete darkness lasts for 6 months. No sunrise, no sunset, just a pitch-black sky. The temperature continuously drops to record lows, possibly below -80 degrees Celsius. When summer arrives, temperatures fluctuate between 5 and 10 degrees. The ice melts, ushering in a season of rebirth full of life. This season brings many hours of sunshine, and in December, daylight is almost continuous. For humans, Antarctica is a frozen hell, but this is not a dead land. Antarctica is a perfect survival puzzle where life is forced to evolve to its highest limits. Despite the harsh winter, thick layers of ice, and food scarcity, life still thrives here. What I want to emphasize the most is the most characteristic symbol of Antarctica, which is the penguin. In fact, there are about 6 species of penguins living in the Antarctic region and its surroundings, especially along the coast and the nearby islands. But only 2 species live entirely on the Antarctic continent, the emperor penguin and the Adelie penguin. These 2 species have developed unique survival mechanisms, such as a thick layer of blubber, waterproof feathers, and the behavior of gathering in large groups to keep warm. The thick feathers of these penguin species not only protect them from the cold, but also help them swim easily. The thick layer of fat on their bodies acts as insulation and maintains their body temperature even in freezing conditions. The breeding season of penguins in Antarctica mainly occurs from spring to summer, October to February, when the ice melts and food is abundant. The emperor penguin, on the other hand, breeds in winter, June to August, so that the chicks can grow up by summer. Speaking of the emperor penguin, it is perhaps the most famous. This is the only bird species on Earth that breeds during the Antarctic winter. When the temperature drops to -60 degrees Celsius, the females leave to find food, while the males stay behind. They keep the single egg on their feet, covered with a layer of warm abdominal skin. More than 60 days without eating or drinking, just standing in the blizzard to survive. Thousands of penguins stand close to each other, rotating slowly, sharing warmth with the entire flock. This is not an individual instinct. This is a collective survival strategy. If penguins are the rulers on the icebergs, then orcas are the dominant species in the Antarctic waters. The killer whales here live in pods of about 40 individuals each. Beside underwater prey, the target of orcas also includes various types of penguins, which are abundant in number. In addition, Antarctica also has various species of seals, seabirds, Antarctic eels, and plankton and mollusks. Antarctica does not belong to any single country. According to the Antarctic Treaty signed in 1959, this continent is dedicated to peaceful purposes and scientific research. This treaty prohibits all military activities, weapon testing, and large-scale resource exploitation. This is considered one of the most successful examples of international cooperation for the common good of humanity. Currently, there are dozens of scientific research stations from various countries located in Antarctica. Scientists come here to study various fields such as climate, geology, biology, and astronomy. One of the most important studies is on climate change. The ice sheets in Antarctica contain climate records spanning hundreds of thousands of years, helping scientists better understand the changes of Earth over time. Currently, Antarctic tourism is booming, becoming a hotspot for exploration with a rising number of visitors, mainly through cruise trips from late October to March. Every year, around 40,000 tourists from all over the world come to this land. However, Antarctica is also facing many challenges. Climate change is the biggest threat, but not the only one. Tourism to Antarctica is increasingly developing, bringing with it the risk of pollution and impacting the fragile ecosystem. In addition, future resource demands may lead some countries to exploit minerals here, threatening to disrupt the existing balance. Therefore, the protection of Antarctica is a shared responsibility of all humanity. This not only includes mitigating the impact of climate change, but also requires stricter regulations on tourism and research activities. Education and raising awareness also play a crucial role in helping people better understand the importance of this continent.